Okay, this is my olla experiment. You see, these are just the pots, and these are unglazed. You know, you dig a little hole to put them down in there, and in this bed I have to kind of hill it up, which is fine for what I'm growing here. But there's a hole in the middle, and you have to plug that up. And I bought some corks, but they were slightly undersized, so I bought I got some food grade caulking and put around there, and to seal that up. Now what I do is you fill these up with water, and this whole area around here will stay moist, and your seeds here and all of this other ground here won't get any water unless it rains or what have you. And that's fine, because I'm not growing anything there, and there's no sense in wasting the water there and growing weeds where I'm not growing anything else. So all we do here is I'm going to fill these up. This is the first time I've ever filled them, so let's see how this goes. And they'll just seep right through that clay, and that's how much water it uses. And it'll probably be about every 3 days I'll fill them up. It's about how long it'll last. But right now everything's absolutely dry. I just built these beds, so I'm gonna plant here in a couple of days. They'll give me a chance to see what they do, and we'll see. And as soon as I know, I'll let you know. See you later. Okay, now this oil has been here for 3 days. I filled it up with water, and you can see it's only down about an inch, which is rather disappointing, I would think. 3 days, you'd think it'd be more than that. So let's see what's happening with the ground around it. I've got moisture here, but not very far out. I dare say probably within a ½ inch of this container. Now, I don't know if a person was to get this completely soaked, if that would start a good wicking action. I was hoping for a little better results than this. There is moisture there, but not a whole. I mean, you can see my finger's not really wet. It's just I can feel moist. Well, you can see it's a little dark. So this is going to be pumpkins. I got 3 of them. This is going to be pumpkins, cantaloupe. Boy, I'm slow thinking today. Spaghetti squash, that's the one I was stumbling on. So I'm going to make these like that. I'm going to get these wet, and we'll put in 6 seed and keep 3 and see how it does. I did put the wood on top there to help keep the sun off of it, and I don't know, maybe it needs the sun for wicking action. I don't know. I must say I'm not as pleased about it. I really thought it should ought to be better than that, but I really thought they would have used a lot more water. Anyhow, so that's how my oils are doing so far. The first test, the 3-day test, to see how much moisture. And I'll be back when I have some more to report. Okay, just a quick note here. The other 2 are actually about halfway down water here. So they're doing a little better. I don't know why one on that end is not doing as well, but anyhow, still I would have thought in 3 days it'd have been about empty, but about half full, half empty. And I would suppose that you would have to fill them up every 3 days, but it's probably just a quart is all each one's used. Now that's enough to grow some vine plants on there. That would be awesome. Anyhow, I'll be back when I got more to say. Okay, so after my last video, we did take and totally soak this bed, stirred it up, made sure that it was completely wet. This is one of those soils that want to beat up when you get them wet. So now you can see that It's soaking up the water a lot better out of these ollas. I'm going to have to go to checking them daily now. I do have seeds in here to start my plants here. So we'll get back with you, and I'll update this video later on in the season once I realize or figure out do they work or not. And as I am using this as my first video for Shed Wars, which I'll show you, I do have a shed. Oh, lost my view there. So there's my shed. I do need to make some sort of a lesson in here. So the first lesson here, for those that are unaware, is if you're doing a bed like this and you're putting cardboard under it, you want to make sure that your cardboard comes out past your wood, or grass grows up in between it. And I can show you that right here. So I'm talking from experience when you see that that's what happened. Now, I don't mean to be making anybody sick here, but anyhow, so the point is that when you bring that cardboard out past the edges, if it's not covered up, you see here my cardboard comes out to here. If it's not covered up, what's going to happen, that's going to get dry, and it's going to dry wick underneath there, which is going to cause you some serious watering problems. So make sure that you bring your cardboard past the edges, and then you cover up the cardboard so it's not exposed to the air, so it'll, when you get it wet, it'll stay wet. Okay? I don't have anybody to bash because I don't really know anybody else on this competition, but I'm sure as time goes by I'll find somebody. The other thing I don't have is I don't do the beard thing, so I hope that doesn't disqualify me. Well, until the next video, see you later.